Hi, I'm John Barnes and you're watching Redmen TV.
I think what was good about it, Chris, because there's been a lot of question marks over Daniel Sturridge's motivation and his commitment and what have you. But I actually think, in some respects, Origi was the perfect foil for him because, particularly given Sturridge's fitness levels, it meant Origi gets to do a lot of the hard running. He gets to go and do that stuff because there's one guy, I can't remember if it's his first or Sturridge's first or second, but it's Origi on the right wing.
He's right back, almost as the first.
Yeah, he helps. He
Wins
helps.
the ball,
helps
goes on to Emre Can, Can to Allen, Allen to Sturridge.
Exactly, helps to stretch it, and
On his own work, hasn't he?
but also Sturridge being able to be this more of a cultured leader figure almost in the front. You know, like he's now got a protege of his own, even though he's still only in his mid-20s himself. He's got this young lad, and he still gets to be the main man without having to do all the really hard parts of it. So I think it's potentially quite exciting having to do it.
Yeah, it is.
More so now we know Origi can score fucking goals.
Oh, man, definitely. His second goal, the one where it hits the roof of the net, I don't know why, and I hope this doesn't come back to haunt me. It reminded me of David and
I was going to say, it's a David and Go versus Arsenal first game of the season, isn't it? Yeah, that's how that feels.
And that was like, I hope that's not the best of his career. I hope he does better than David and Go, but what a fucking finish for that. Like, but it was more like, he seemed to understand how to play the position with Sturridge more than one up top on his own. The runs that he was making were more intelligent. He seemed to be a little bit more free to go and run the channels, whereas I think he was a little bit hesitant when he was playing one up top to do that. Yeah. You know, there was times you thinking, just run that channel, lad. The one where Ibe passes it to him for the assist is just a brilliant run. Yeah. You're not thinking
that was me talking about Origi and Sturridge on that, sorry. Yeah. I just think, again, it's very early days. It's the first time they've basically played up front together, but then what they've got into, I think, you know, they're together are greater than the sum of their parts in some respects, because we've seen, I don't think either of them can hold, you know, can lead the line solo. I think they can, but not to the great effect that someone like, I think Benteke is physically more capable of doing it just because of the bulk of the guy. But when you've got them together, it creates different kinds of problems, because look, there's two situations, or so many situations during that game, where they're on the shoulder and they're looking to get in behind, but they can both drop deep and pick the ball up and look to you know, get it in the mix as well. Like, so I'm excited by it. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, it's a good partnership, but I don't think it's one that's going to be.
No, Paul, it's a bit shit.
Well, no, do you know what I mean? Like, now everyone's going, Sturridge and Origi, like, going to play up front every week, and they're not. Like, I can't see that happening very often at all. Not for a while. Like, just because it worked last night. I think that Klopp's been pretty like good at adjusting the system to the actual opponent, and tactically is on it. But just because Origi scored a couple last night, and you know,
he's got 3.
Well, we'll give him all 3, won't we? Perfect hat trick, by the way, left, right, head. If you want to get a nitpicking, like, give him that. But I don't think they're going to see that on Sunday, and I don't think we'll see it for a while. Like, to be honest,
we might see it against Sion. Seems, you know, if
possibly,
we're talking about getting players back fit and stuff.
I don't think I'd bother taking Sturridge on that plane.
Oh yeah, maybe. Actually, yeah, good point, mate.
Altitude sickness.
The thing for me with Origi was he was involved in every single goal.
He was good. He was really good. And I've always had doubts about him. And
I saw your little Twitter exchange on this, where it was a Jay Riley said I'm pleased with him, and Ozzy said the same, and you were like, nah, I said he was shit.
I did.
How's your hand up, mate? Good on you.
It's that people always say, you need to give a young player time and let him. I think after 5 games, every one of us makes our mind up on a player. We just do.
Yeah.
And you can be wrong and you can be right. When I saw him, I thought, his technique is terrible. He looks like he doesn't know what he's doing. We've just got a crap player here. I think that's what I thought.
You're not on the transfer committee, are you, Steve?
I've seen some of the shit they signed. Fucking hell. Their record isn't exactly unblemished.
Yeah.
But watching him yesterday, that's more what he is. I think unfairly we were judging him as a lad stuck up front on his own. And he was really bad at that. I think he'd even admit himself he was terrible at that. What was good yesterday, like you said before, because I think they must have been more focused on stopping Sturridge. Yeah. Because you just would be. Yeah. And because Dan Sturridge is so good with his back to goal and holding the ball up, if they come out, then Origi is quick and he's strong and he can just run in. Like he what's the word? He was shoulder barging players off the ball better than I thought he could do. Yeah. He looked a bit weak physically, like you said before. That imposing. Yesterday he imposed himself on the game and he played well.
I think Sturridge can afford to to not do as much of the physical stuff when Origi's on the pitch with him. You know
And
what I mean?
Lallana's key to that as well, because Lallana does a lot of Sturridge's running forward in terms of the press.
Yeah.
Dan Sturridge isn't pressing the goalie or, running round. What Sturridge is good at in the press is he cuts off passing lanes. So he seems to take up a position where he can block off the ball to the full-back, where Lallana will just run and run and run. And that's why he's a key to the system, and everyone gets on Lallana's back, because his goals record and his assist record isn't as good as a £25 million player should be. But I think he's the first name now on Klopp's team sheet, pretty much.
Really?
He just keeps picking him. In big games, he just keeps picking on Lallana because he knows he's key to he's the only real player who's going to press. Firmino has done it pretty well as well, and Coutinho can do it, but I think Lallana's the catalyst to it.
Coutinho does it when you really need him to do it. And that's weird, because he does it in the big games. Yeah. Look at Arsenal 2 seasons ago. He was just incredible. He's bullying Jack Wilshere off the ball and stuff, which is, not that hard because, as I've said many times, he's a handbag dog. But Lallana does it every week, every game. You're asking him to differ in ultimate results, I guess, in terms of what he delivers in terms of goals and assists. But I think Steve...
I agree 100% with Steve on that, except I think there's 2 names first down on the team. I think Milner's the other one normally.
Yeah, he will be.
I think he does exactly the same as Lallana in that. And the way Steve's right, the way Sturridge closes off passing lanes is right. Lallana does that with his run as well, because he always bends his run to make sure that the keeper can't play it to the centre-back. I think most of the time they're actually trying to get the ball out to the full-back. Mm-hmm. That's where they're trying to create the strong side. That's where you want to see the ball out. And then you cut off the passing lanes for the full-back, because then you make it really difficult for him. You don't let him go further up the field. It's either back to the keeper or to a centre-back, and that's when the sort of second phase comes in.
Is Sturridge and Origi a proper partnership, or has potential to be a proper partnership? Because I saw a couple of little, Steve mentioned earlier about Dennis was doing mad little nutmeg back heels on the halfway line. He's looking for Origi when that happens. Do we think there's potential there for that to be a long-term partnership option for Liverpool?
I think there is. I just think when everyone's fit, Origi's fourth choice.
Yeah,
I think he's behind Sturridge, Danny Ings and Benteke.
Don't get me wrong, his 2 goals actually happened when Sturridge went on the pitch, so it's 2 actual goals, right? So, and by that point, they're 2 wide centre backs of the 3 have disappeared. Literally just walked off the pitch, which leaves him 1v1 against a centre midfielder who was in bad form, who was playing centre back. So, as much as Steve was kind of saying about writing off or not writing off, but is Origi good enough? Let's not all of a sudden say he's a world beater. He needs to buy Wanyama and Koeman a pint of beer, because they've made him look very good as well.
Yeah.
So we now can't go getting carried away and being Origi, first name on the team sheet
talks
up
about
every week.
The second goal. I like the third goal better, because that's a centre forward goal.
That's proper movement.
That's a goal where you get across your defender, you anticipate a cross and you bullet ahead of it.
But that isn't actually a defender. If they'd have actually had a centre half in there, is the run as effective? That's it has to be put in perspective of the fact that they were 4 or 5 behind by that point, and it was a fucking midfielder playing a centre back, just not asked. Actually wants to be playing for Tottenham.
Yeah.
It's literally the best player. That Origi is just that was really brilliant. Thank you, Ronald Koeman, for doing that to me. It's helped my career so much.
I think, I think you're right. But I think the good thing about it is that we've been saying this about all of our centre forwards at this point, that Danny Ings got off the mark. And he obviously all his work rate was kind of great, and he scored goals as well. Benteke, I don't think we've seen anywhere near the best of Benteke yet.
But he scores
goals. Daniel Sturridge never fit, and even when he's back, we've not seen him at full fitness scoring goals. Origi's been there or thereabouts, but he's been poor and he's not scored. Yeah. Well, he's got 2.5 goals there. He's got.
First one's his goal.
It's 3 goals.
It's his goal. It's his goal.
Do you see after if you watch as it goes in, Origi goes running off to celebrate. He realises that nobody's gone with him. They've all gone Moreno. Yeah. And he's just I'll run after you.
It's the goal he saves it if he doesn't touch it.
Yeah, he does. It's his goal. It was given to him on the night. So
it's his goal.
Christmas! Yeah,
in like a month and a bit. But anyway, yeah, Redmen TV Christmas sweatshirts are available now. 3 designs to pick from, 2 brand new ones, as you can see here, and a third that we've forgotten to bring in. You've got Merry Kloppmas, Katini, ho, ho, ho. Chris, where can you get them from?
RedmenTVshop.com. They are available for 3 weeks only, up until Sunday, the 6th of December 2015. Make sure you get it in nice and early. They're made to order, and you will have them before Christmas.
Bespoke Christmas loveliness. So if you're sick of looking like everyone else at the Christmas party and you want to be more Liverpool silly themed, that's what we're here for. 3 years on the bounce. Yeah, get them now while you can. Cheers.